What is up, fam? Welcome to some more lower league eCup action. We have a lovely game for you today in Group F. It is your boys in blue, Delaware Rising, taking on Midwest Hooligans. This is our second game for Chris, the representative in the Division 1 of this lower league eCup. Chris did snag a commanding 10-1 victory in his first match. We'll see what is in store today. It looks like the match preview is just kicking off as both sides are selecting their teams. So it will be Real Madrid. That is who Chris has selected. And Delaware Rising will be on that side against Bayern Munich. The Midwest Hooligans will be playing as the German Giants. This will be an important match in the Group F standings. If Chris is able to take victory on this one, that will push Delaware Rising into that top spot until City of Ohio plays their next game. If they do win, they will sit tied at the top with us on 6 points apiece after they did have a pretty solid win in their first one as well. We are officially underway. Let's do it. Kickoff has already started, and we were seeing one attacking move from Chris as Real Madrid are in those dark, beautiful jerseys, but Bayern Munich gets in, and a good save from Courtois, keeping us tied 0-0. Real Madrid is going from right to left on your screen. Again, Delaware Rising being represented by Real Madrid, and looking from left to right, Bayern Munich in the clean white kits. Do have to say I do appreciate those. I think they are quite beautiful. This is the next game in Group F. A lot of good teams in this one. Our next match upcoming will be against City of Ohio. Quite an exciting match, so make sure you tune in for that one. A lovely through ball and saved, but it was called back for offside. In the end, a good save by Bayern Munich's keeper. That was the first offside call of the match. But both teams opening this game up pretty quickly. A lot of space for both and a lot of attacking chances. We're just 12 minutes in. This is going to be a good one. We can already tell. It's Carvajal. Militao. That strong center back for Real Madrid. Valverde. Luka Modric. A little ball roll trying to find Benzema. Benzema hanging out in the hole. Gets it to Vinicius. Chris trying to play the ball around in that final third to get that space, but just unable to do it on that instance. And most of the Hooligans' attacks have come on the fast break. So after a turnover from Delaware Rising, they try to break and have been fairly successful when they're able to pass through that Real Madrid back line. You'll see Chris's style of play. He does like to maintain a decent amount of possession, build up some attacking moves. As you see, Benzema playing as a true number 9, dropping into the hole, holding up play, allowing his midfielders to catch up and then to make runs through. Lovely ball. It's Valverde from Benzema, back to Benzema. Benzema has space, hits it. Goal number 1 for Delaware Rising. Chris takes Benzema, some lovely build-up play, good passing. Benzema ends up creating some space in the box and easily slots it home. And with that goal, if this result stands, Delaware Rising will be top of Group F. We'll see how Bayern Munich is able to respond. It looks like they are trying to respond. Oh, the ball into the box, just a bit too slow off of that wing. Intercepted nicely by Chris. Vinicius Jr. getting in on some of the action. That speedy, tricky winger. And it's now with him. And Vinicius tries to curl it, almost does. But saved in the end. Fingertip save to keep it at 1-0. It is the first corner of the match. Benzema looks like he was ready to get on the end of that. It's Luka Modric. Rodrigo, some fancy footwork to get some space on the wing. Tries to play it into the box, looking for Benzema, but intercepted. It's with Kimmich now, trying to lead the charge. Kingsley Coman down the side, using his pace. Flicks an early ball in, but only one Bayern Munich player there. After the ball bounces around a bit. Delaware takes possession. Chris slows it down. A big switch across the field. Mendy does get it up to Vinicius Jr. And Vinicius Jr. now with some space to run. Finds Vinicius on the wing. A little ball roll to get the ball back into the middle through Valverde. Rodrigo gets dispossessed in the end. What can Bayern do? Not a lot. A lovely step in. And it's with Benzema! Benzema puts it back into the net for the second time. Lovely pressure from Chris, intercepting that ball in the midfield with a quick outlet to Karim Benzema. Right through that Bayern Munich back line. Benzema, not the paciest of strikers, but enough speed to break through that line and strength to hold off that defender to finish in the back of the net. Now Della rising up 2-0 as we approach halftime, and maybe another, and it's Rodrigo now. The goals are just starting to pour in. The game is opening up. Rodrigo on the score sheet. Della Rising go up 3-0 against the Hooligans. This will be a tough one to come back from. Will Bayern Munich and the Hooligans be able to do it? Or will Chris be able to keep this clean sheet? Some good tackling there to prevent anything from happening other than a corner. First corner of the match for Bayern Munich. It's still in possession with Bayern. Trying to curl, work his way inside. Intercepted nicely and maintained nicely to get us to halftime by Chris and Delaware Rising. A great first half, especially if you're a Delaware Rising fan. Good stuff by Chris, playing his game, looking very comfortable, maintaining possession, and preventing a lot of those breaks from happening, going the other way. As I mentioned earlier in the first half, Chris's game plan, he really does enjoy holding possession, and you're seeing that played out to a T in this matchup. A lot can happen in a half of FIFA, as you saw Chris scoring 3 goals to put us up at the half. So he'll have to come out strong once again to try to prevent any goals from going the other way. And that is also important because goal differential is the tiebreaker when looking at the standings. In Group F, as it currently sits, Delaware Rising will be on top, as we'll then look to see City of Ohio play their next game. But looking at the stats at halftime, Real Madrid, so Delaware Rising having 58% possession. That is certainly the way that Chris likes to play, with 2 goals from Benzema and 1 from Rodrigo. Courtois also getting in on the action, making a few good saves. But let's get back underway as kickoff has officially happened. And Bayern Munich going to try to get back into this match for the Hooligans. Tchouameni. Lovely ball up to Valverde, who plays into the hole. Swings it to Rodrigo. And it's with Modric. Modric trying to work his defender to create some space, but unable to do so in that situation. Nice possession in tight spaces and a Meg. And wow, what a goal from Vinicius Jr., putting his defender in the mixer. A Meg inside of the box, creates space, curls it home. No chance for the German keeper. That is a goal to go on SportsCenter Top 10. Now up 4-0. Chris, Delaware Rising, Real Madrid cruising. You love to see it as a fan of the boys in blue. And Chris looking cool, calm, and composed in this one. Still keeping his game plan intact. Holding possession, of course, when you are up 4-0, it's much easier to maintain possession, but it could be more with Vinicius Jr. Lovely composure, back of the net, goal. Vinicius Jr. gets the double, and you see that sliding challenge trying to get in the way of the shot, but that cutback from Vinicius Jr. is nasty. Really working that defense in the second half. Up 5-0. And I'm thinking we're going to be seeing more possession from Real Madrid, especially now being up 5-0, not necessarily needing to attack, but a shot from Bayern Munich trying to get in on the action themselves. Not the best shot in the end. Real Madrid looking good. And again, Chris's game plan of holding possession, of course, is much easier when you are up 5-0. Still following that plan of action. And some more fancy footwork. Just trying to work that defender, able to do so. Now it's in with Valverde. And the defender steps in nicely last minute. And it's with Serge Gnabry on the wing. No way forward, so going to work the ball back. Maybe Bayern trying to hold a little possession of their own, but can't do it with Tchouameni. Tchouameni has a rip, and if you've watched the World Cup, you'll know he is a dangerous long-range shooter, but not, unfortunately, on that instance. And a Meg in the end goes through, but then the defender says, nah, you are not confirming that Meg, and draws the foul. Militao breaks that play up, but ends up going off of Militao for a Bayern Munich corner. Maybe going short. Nope, just a decoy. Tchouameni gets it away. Valverde flicks it up. It's with Benzema. And on the break now, has space, a 2v1. Benzema on the wing. And the Real Madrid, the forward, I'm not sure if that was Vinny, but ends up going offside. Not the best run. And awareness. Benzema has a shot from outside of the D. Easily finds the hand of the keeper. It's with Sabitzer now. See Davies taking that throw in. Canadian from up north. Our neighbors up that way. Intercepted nicely by Rudiger. Tchouameni over to Modric. De Ligt gets a foot in, breaks that play up, and Sabitzer tries to find Kingsley Coman up on the break. What can Bayern Munich do with some space? Sabitzer feeds it to the wing. Kingsley Coman, will he find a cross in the box? Plays it low to Mueller, and then Mueller tries to pass it one more. Maybe should have had a shot himself. And the passing accuracy, you'll see there, 92% for Real Madrid, 85% for Bayern Munich. Another shot just outside the box for Real Madrid. Easily saved. And now through the line. Breaking all the way with some space to go. But just runs out of pace in the end. And that may have been Mendy intercepting that for Real Madrid. But then they lose possession. Kimmich. Serge. And it's Mane. Mane gets a shot off, but no, it will be called back for an offside. Sadio Mane, best chance in the second half for Bayern Munich, but not to be. Now a break. Tchouameni has space. Lovely ball roll to get his defender to bite, but then De Ligt a lovely challenge and step in to break up the play, but it's going to come right back at him. Hernandez back to Kimmich. Ball over the top. Oh, it looks good. Mane does get on the end of it and has a shot from a far angle, easily grabbed by Courtois. And it's never fun when you're down 5-0, especially for such a long period of time in the game. And a lovely through ball. Rodrigo, but the keeper comes out. Rodrigo has a rip. Oh, and it's just above the bar. He saw the keeper coming out to try to stop the break. Had the early shot, but just a bit too much power. That keeps our game at 5-0. We are now in the 90th minute. A commanding win for Chris and Delaware Rising. And Modric has a rip. Good shot from Luka from a far range. And a corner in the dying embers of this match for Chris, and Real Madrid tries to maybe have a shot from the corner, but that is all she wrote, fam. A strong victory for Delaware Rising and Chris. That takes Delaware Rising now to the top of the table in Group F behind some solid performance with Chris and Real Madrid. Fam, thank you all for joining us in this lower league eCup match. We have one more in the Division 1 coming your way. If you want to keep watching, make sure you follow us on social media, on our Twitch, on our YouTube. We'll have all of the games live on Twitch, and then some of the recaps posted on our YouTube as well. Thank you again for joining us in this one. Big ups to Chris. We appreciate you and your solid FIFA skills to take us to the top of Group F for the time being until we see what happens with City of Ohio in their next game. But then it comes down to those two teams, Delaware Rising versus City of Ohio, in the final match for us in Group F. We will see you in that match on Tuesday, so be sure to tune in for that at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you there as your caster. As always, appreciate all of you for joining us, and up the Rising.